friends, it's Elizabeth from the Peacock Homestead, and in this week's video we got to go to an Amish food auction, and we'll be preserving the food that we got from there, and I'm also doing a little bit of cooking from scratch as well as showing you our new rabbit hutch. So if you're into that kind of thing, let's get into the video.
We have 4 pints of red raspberries. Four pints. 5 pints. Pints of red raspberries. 8 pints.
So we ended up getting some bush beans. I know I'm crazy for getting them because I did not want to can them. So I have an idea. I was going to blanch them and pop them in the freezer. We also got a watermelon. My husband really wanted to get one of those watermelons, so we got him one. And here we purchased 2 bags of potatoes. Those are 10-pound bags. So that's 20 pounds altogether. That'll last us a little while, just the hubs and I. And I'm so excited. We got these red chili peppers. I don't know if they're chili peppers, but I know they're hot. And I was gonna make some jelly with that and pickle some and ferment some. We also got a little bit of broccoli here. I was gonna blanch those and pop them in the freezer. I also decided to get a little box of Buckeyes. So those are just chocolate and peanut butter, and it looks like a Buckeye, so that's why they call it a Buckeye. So let's get started on blanching these beans. I blanched them for about 1 to 3 minutes, and I popped them right in cold water. And then I was gonna vacuum pack all these up in separate little packages and store those in the freezer. So that's my water I had. I was just piling them up on the dryer because I'm remodeling my kitchen. And I got 11 packages of beans, and those are going to go right in the freezer for our future meals this winter. I definitely do not want to see another green bean after this unless I am serving it for dinner or lunch. But that's just a little bag I kept out. We're going to wash them and eat them as we go for side dishes. And right here I have my broccoli all washed up and sized pretty much the size that I would use for cooking. And then I'm going to blanch these and dry them really good. So I'm just going to pat them dry with a towel after I get them blanched, and then we'll get these in the freezer as well. And I never used to be a big broccoli fan, but now that I'm older and I know that I can put cheese all over it or spices, I love broccoli. I love having it with broccoli soup, with cheddar cheese, and different casseroles and whatnot. But I do like having it just with plain salt, pepper, and butter as well. So I got those all packaged up, and their destination is in my freezer. So I think if we do go to the auction again, I was going to grab another little batch of broccoli so we can have veggie platters and whatnot. I do love having that fresh. Alright, this is the other thing that we got. I got 14 pounds of red hot peppers for $7. I thought that was an amazing deal. So I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I watched a few videos just to get a grasp on how to do it in exact measurements and whatnot. So here I have a gallon jar and 4 tablespoons of canning salt. And that's my canning salt. Also, I'm going to fill that up to the top with non-chlorinated water after I get my peppers all chopped up. So I'm definitely going to be saving these seeds because I know they're not hybrids. So this is what my jar looks like, and I'm going to just put a piece of saran wrap on top just so nothing pokes out because I don't want any mold growth. And I'm just going to let that set for 3 weeks, and we will be coming back to this. I'm going to be looking up a recipe, and I'll figure out how I want to flavor this once it's done fermenting. I'll be super excited to show you guys that, and it'll be my first ferment. With another batch of peppers, I decided that I was going to pickle some up because I love to flavor hummus. I'll put this on my pizzas and whatnot. There's so much you can do with it. So in here, I have salt, sugar, garlic, and peppers. So I needed a preserving liquid, and I have this apple cider vinegar. The recipe called for a 5% acidic vinegar, so I decided to go with apple cider. And then I'm using bottled water as well. And a really quick disclaimer, you definitely want to have the windows open when you're doing this kind of thing because it will make the house hot and it feels like there's pepper spray running all through the house. So you definitely want to have a fan going near the window. I was lucky and I had a really nice sunny day and I got that done. So I'm just going to get that all cooked up and we're going to get the jars filled. I have just a little variety of wide mouth and regular mouth jars. So I'm going to fill the peppers up pretty high here. I'm going to push them down as well just to I have at least a 1/2 inch head space. And then I'm going to fill the liquid up the rest of the way. Of course, I'm going to debubble and we are going to get going on getting these in the steam canner. I was just going to process these for about 10 minutes and then let them cool for 24 hours, label them of course, and get them on the shelf. My last project is making pepper jelly. So I have my sugar here, about 7 pounds of peppers. And I would say I put 5 or 6 cups of sugar, 1 cup of lemon juice, and I'll get that cooking. And I had bought in 2 boxes of Sure Gel for about $5 at Walmart because I wanted to make sure it gels up really nice. I just used a recipe out of one of my canning books, so I doubled the recipe, so I needed 2 boxes of Sure Gel. And I got that all zipped up with my stick blender, and of course I got the windows open because it is steaming in here. So I got the windows going and the fans on. Just gonna get these into my jars, and I was gonna process these in the steam canner for about 10 to 15 minutes. I decided to go with the smaller jars because I didn't want a lot of jelly out. I did have one that I didn't process because it just wouldn't fit in the canner. So I am trying one at the moment and I love it. I've had it on toast, I've had it on crackers, I've actually put it on my tuna sandwich as a topper and it was so amazing. It's just a flavor that you can't get anywhere else. And I've never had that before and we're definitely really enjoying it. This week, I decided that I was gonna play around with flavors and try to make a fall coffee creamer. So I took a cup of apple cider and I cooked it down and made a little syrup. I added a whole can of sweetened condensed milk, and I got that in my quart jar, and then I'm just gonna fill it up the rest of the way with half and half, and I'm gonna make an iced coffee with that. So all I'm gonna do is brew up a little cup of coffee and give this a really good shake, and I'll just store that in the fridge and use it for this week. So I'm just gonna pour my coffee over ice and add my homemade creamer, and we will give that a try. And it was absolutely delicious. It's probably more sugar than I probably would need in a serving of coffee, but it was definitely worth it, and I saved a bunch of money making my own iced coffee. So this week I had a request from the hubs to make his favorite dinner. I'm making a shepherd's pie, or what you would call a cottage pie. I just always call it shepherd's pie, and I put whatever meat I have in my fridge in it. But I'll be using hamburger tonight. And I got the bed of the hamburger. I have spices in there all browned up, and then I'm gonna add corn next. I got that thawed with a little bit of butter and salt and pepper, and then I'm going to add my potatoes on top, and I'll probably bake that for about 45-50 minutes at 350 degrees. It really didn't take that long to put together, and I just popped it in the oven and did things while it cooked. That's why I love making these super simple meals. So we'll probably eat off this for a couple days, and it was super delicious. I definitely enjoyed this meal. So I was so excited to show you guys. My hubs made a really wonderful rabbit hutch. We use animal fencing for rabbits, and so underneath all their poop goes through the fence in these little trays that we bought separately. So we bought the trays at Tractor Supply, and we also use leftover wood. Blessing is of course being a cattle dog, but we're gonna put the other tray on that side. Hubs is just working on it right now as I'm recording. They have a little room in here for hanging out. Then they have their other hideout room where they can just not have to see us and just be in their own little world. So I decided that I wanted him to make it pretty big, because these are a Flemish mixed rabbits, so they are going to get much bigger than that. These are just babies. So we have the sunlight coming in, and they are loving it. This week I decided that I was going to make some cinnamon rolls and make some homemade cream cheese frosting with the cream cheese that I had made last week. And I used about a 1/4 cup of cream cheese. I used 3 cups of powdered sugar, a tab of butter, and a little splash of milk. And we are going to frost the top of these and have these for breakfast. The cream cheese frosting definitely took it over the top for us. It is super delicious. And I'm going to be looking into making different recipes with my homemade cream cheese. So I can't wait to take you guys along with me when I do that. That's it, friends. That's all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week.